So, starting off fresh off of our little nappy we had there, we are looking pretty sharp. We've got all the different odds and ends that we really need to go forward. So what we're going to be doing now is we're really going to be focusing on trying to get us some gear, get us a little bit of money, get us some of the quests done that are really easy around here, and basically just try to make sure that we have everything we could possibly need. So the first thing is we have this fishing harpoon. Fish sell pretty well, but we're actually going to be going to the fisherman because he actually has a quest for us that is super duper duper nice. We also have the quest where we have to talk to some unique NPCs, and on top of that, we really want to pick up these recipes over here. Now, one of my things with this game is I do hate that there is no jump button. That can get sometimes a little annoying because, like, for example, you know, you try to go over here and you can't jump up. It does get kind of annoying from time to time. So we're going to go over here and talk to this fisherman.
Can I help you?
We're going to not buy. Sorry,
Can I help you?
I'd like to talk.
Can you lend me a hand?
So he wants us to help him make a rainbow trout with seaweed and some salt. So salt is kind of a pain to get. I do believe he sells it sometimes, but right now he does not have any. We're going to get some salt later on using our mining pick. So just give that a little bit of time, but we're basically going to buy this rainbow trout later on, and we're going to make one of these meals for him. Now over here is a skill trainer. A lot of people forget about this. Skill trainers are pretty awesome. They basically help allow you to be able to have some skills and to make your character a little bit stronger. This one's pretty awesome. This one's more focused around shields and blocking. So most of the stuff is kind of useless if you're going to be not a shield character, but having, for example, Spellblade's Awakening, having increased health, stamina, and mana is always good. And every trainer has one breakthrough point thing. Their skill trainers are kind of scattered all around the area, so it kind of sucks in the beginning if you're trying to be like a rogue or a mage, because you really don't get mana and stuff till later on. But this one's a really good one to pick up right at the beginning. So you're looking at 500 gold and you're like, wow, that's a lot. But if you actually go over here and get finesse, right at the beginning it does give you a little bit more extra health. Now, we have the quest for the sort of fish here, but I actually wanted to real quick show you guys a quick way of getting the skeleton cosmetics. I did this I'm doing a previous video for this, so the video will be coming out pretty soon, or has already came out at the time of this recording. And what you basically do, so for the skeleton cosmetic set, what you're going to do here is you go over here, you walk up here, you walk up, there's an invisible wall, you kind of go out and around. Oop, if I could actually go there, and you kind of, oop, I keep messing up here. And you go like that. There we go. Perfect. Nailed it. And then what you do is you walk up here, and you pick up these bones here. Now we have the skeleton ribcage and shin bones, but before I put those on, let me show you one other area as well. So the next area we're going to is over here, and we're actually going to pick up another quest as well. Now we're not going to do this dungeon quest quite yet. We're going to be picking up a little bit later on. So we're going to go over here. We'll actually talk to her real quick.
Lend me your ear.
Let's see.
I'll see you.
Let's talk
Greetings,
to her.
friend.
I'm here about work.
Lend me your ear.
Something like
As
that.
a matter
If it pays good,
is
I'm
what I
willing
need.
to put my life on
You'll
danger.
know it if you
Sounds
find
like an
it.
adventure. I'll do it.
Pep, lend me your ear.
So basically, we're just trying to get her a mushroom shield,
I'll see
and
you.
she gives us an antidote and everything else. Now, obviously, there's no XP in this game, but they do reward you some pretty good stuff. So what we're going to do is we just kind of walk around. You can either walk around or roll around. That one's kind of a pain in the butt, but the one that's a real pain in the butt is the one over here. So what I had to do is you kind of had to walk up here, and you basically just kind of walk up on the higher level stuff. So you do that, and then you go from here, and then you just kind of like diagonal walk. And then from there, you're trying to find the skull, which is right here. Super duper easy. And like that, you'll have your awesome skeleton set, which I can put on. Now, what's awesome about this is it is a cosmetic set, so it has 0 weight. Super duper nice, and you basically can look like a full-blown skeleton, walking around, spooking out the people. Now, keep in mind that this has no armor or anything. It's just meant for cosmetic purposes, but it is kind of cool nonetheless to just be a skeleton person and just have fun with your friends Or you could just be a tryhard and try to beat the whole game as a skeleton. It is possible. You will have to do a heavy stamina build, but I believe that you can do it. Okay, so we've pretty much picked up most of the things that we really need here. It's a little bit wet outside, so we'll have the status effect of, wet, which makes us a little more prone to the cold and frost, but we have a little bit more fire resistance, which is a little bit helpful. Now there's another quest with the alchemist chick. We will deal with that later on. What we're doing right now is we really want to make sure that we just go out in the world and just kill some things and just loot as much as possible. Now this is going to take a little bit of time. Obviously we're not going to be perfectionist at it. We're not going to be a really skilled fighter, but what we can do is we can at least get a little bit of loot to get us some money, especially going forward. We do have a blade skill, which is awesome. Having a skill right at the beginning of the game is very important, especially going forward. So we will do that. And then later on, what we're going to do is we're going to start doing the first dungeon, and then from there we're going to be picking up some of the odds and end loot, going to the bandit camp, trying to get ourselves a little bit better as well. So now we're just going to run forward. Don't even bother trying to kill the white birds. The white birds, you'll hit them, you'll almost kill them, and then they'll just run off and be annoying bastards about it. Now, the main thing that we are trying to do, too, is we are trying to get... Actually, I forgot to use my scrolls. Let's use our scrolls here. We're basically trying to make a awesome leather set. So, basically trying to upgrade our armor as much as possible. So, if we were to look at that, it's way better than our stuff here. You know, it's better in every way. So, what we're trying to do is we are trying to get some different hats, which we'll pick up later on. We're trying to get some hide. So, basically, we're just trying to get hide for all of our different sets here. So, I don't think we're going to need the hat, though. We're going to just need everything else. So, what we're really doing is we're just on the prowl to find a hyena, which, look over here, we found one. So, now we're just going to do this. And like I said, one of the greatest ways to deal with enemies is just kind of keep walking to the right or left. Wait till they attack them a little bit, and just walk over here. Now, this doesn't work if they do a combo maneuver. And it doesn't work while you're attacking, so keep that in mind. But look at that, we got some hide and some raw meat. Cool for us. Now there are some bandits over there. Problem is there's usually 2 that spawn, so that can be really annoying. But we're going to go over here and we're going to pick up this supply thing, or we get a crap ton of bandages and some tripwires. Now tripwires and all that are really awesome, but we're not going to be doing a lot of traps until we start getting those perk points for traps. And we're just going to kind of keep marching forward here. So... now, it is important to make sure that you're not just constantly running all the time. So that's one of the things I do like with having a rogue-based build is later on we're going to be picking up some perk points that increase our movement speed over time. And we're going to be getting a lot of gear that's going to be really making it easy for us. And we're just going to kind of keep going. Now, one of the things I always like to do is I always like to look at my vital signs and everything and be like, okay, so eventually I'm going to need a drink. I'm going to need some food. I like doing this early, so that way I can kind of get a gauge of like what all I'm going to need exactly. And let's see, I guess we're gonna probably just go right to the dungeon. I don't see any hyenas here. Usually there's like 1 or 2 hyenas usually that spawn around here, but looks like they didn't really spawn, and I'm not ready to go exactly to the bandit camp yet. Now we might actually probably end up dying here. I'm not quite sure because we aren't exactly the best geared right now. But I think that we are strong enough and knowledgeable enough to actually go forward and just slash everything up. So this is a good place to do farming. Basically, it resets every couple of days. So once you kind of get a nick for everything and you start to gear yourself out, it gets easier and easier. The first time, I always say, is the hardest time. So in this game, don't really get discouraged if you're doing really badly. Just do the mechanic of just killing things, walking back to town, selling a little bit. This game is very unpunishing to the players, but there are times where you will get stuck. So one of the first things I like here is you do have an adventurer here, and you can get a really awesome padded helmet. So as you can see here, this padded helmet is pretty solid. It's actually completely better than what I have now. So we're going to put that on. It does look stupid as hell though, so keep that in mind, that it does look a little dumb. We're going to pick up this green mushroom. So mushrooms, they might look like they're kind of useless, but they do give you a nice little way of getting some food, so keep that forward. Now we're going to face off against our first enemy. Hopefully we do stay way good with this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to block, and what we're going to do is slash. Slash, 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 and we're just going to move over, and he's running away. So it looks like we gave him a little bit of a scare. That's okay though. And we'll kill him. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we loot all the different stuff here. We're going to look at our weight real quick. So we can't really afford to pick up too many items while in here, but that's okay. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to put a bandage on. That way we just have a little bit of bandage going on here. So that will make it easier for us. Now, stealth potion is going to be really awesome, but we're going to use stealth potions later on once we get the backstab ability. You really don't want to use any stealth potions because the sneak mechanic, it's good, but it doesn't really help out, especially going forward. It only helps out if you're trying to just sneak past and get some stuff. You really can't do any sneak damage or anything crazy yet, but over time you'll be able to do that, and you'll be able to be the full-blown rogue or archer that you really wanted to be. So we're just going to kind of keep going for this cave. This is the main room that we really want to go to. We're going to see. There should be an enemy right over here. Yep. So what we're going to do, he's going to probably get the first attack on us. Sneak over and knock him down. So using my kick, we were able to knock down his stability meter and really get a lot of good damage on him, picking up that common mushroom. So very helpful there. Now, I think there's one more on down here, and I don't want to get him to sneak attack on us. Oh, surprisingly, no. There's no troglodyte that tried to come in here. Now, there's a good source of clean water here, so we're going to just gather that up, and we're going to drink from here. No reason of wasting our water skin later on, so I'm just going to fully drink 2 times, giving us a bunch of stuff. And right here, we've got the round shield that we really needed going forward. Now, might as well equip the round shield. I don't really like having a bunch of weight on my character, but, I mean, having the shield right now just makes sense. We can't even use daggers yet because we are poor as can be. So, we have a little bit more loot that we could still do. I do want to go to a certain type of room that has a garnet. If I could find it, I think it's over this way. Now, there's a mage guy that is around here, and he will whoop us so hard. So, I got to make sure I'm careful. There we go. And down he goes. A lot of people don't use the kick ability in the beginning. I highly recommend it. It's so worth it. We got some thick oil to redo our lantern. And I think this is the room where the garnet's at. So we're going to walk over here, and we're going to pick up this iron vein here. Now, where is this garnet? I'm trying to remember exactly where it's at. I know it's in this room, though. Are you over here? Yes. So this is a cool item that we can also sell to the lady over in the main city. And I guess we're just going to keep adventuring a little bit more. So we're basically just trying to get all of our bags completely full. And then that way we can go and see all the townskeep people and get a lot of our stuff. I really want to get that mage staff, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to fight against that guy. So we'll see. Usually they're in this room. Maybe they spawned, or they are patrolling a little bit outward more. Oh. Picking up some blood mushrooms. I believe blood mushrooms can be used for potions later on, if I could find it. Yep, so it's used to make good old potions. So that's what a lot of people always forget to do, is picking up a lot of the different potions and things. I don't believe this is as good as my gear, but it will sell really well. So that is very important, especially going forward. We'll pick up the potion. Actually, we'll pick up pretty much everything besides that. And looks like we have an enemy. And we're stuck in our combat animation here. So just make sure that we go in here and we just try to kick everybody. But they were able to get us. That's okay, though. That is A-okay. Because when you die in here, you spawn with your backpack and everything. And on top of that, they do drop a few items on the ground for us, which is super helpful. So we'll pick up that mushroom halberd. Now, we could go back and try to kick their butts real quick, but honestly, there's no real point to that. We should just probably get on out of here and go sell all of our loot. No reason for us to be here longer than we need to, and it gives us an excuse to kind of come back a little bit stronger with a little bit more gear and fully dive into the place and get the full maximum loot that we really want out of here. So, kind of a shame that I just died to those two guys. I definitely had that. I got a little stuck in my combat animation, but that's okay. It happens. We're going to pick up... Oh, I thought that was a Banastone Vein. Never mind. Banastone Veins are really awesome. I highly recommend picking that up. Now, there is a really cool area over here. We can't go to it, though, until we get a tiny marine. So make sure that later on you're going to find a place where you can get a tiny marine. And just put that in there, and you'll be able to get into that area forward. So what we're going to do is we're just going to casually walk our way back. It'll take a little bit of time, but it's so worth it. So, I mean, we got the mushroom shield. We're obviously going to have to get rid of the mushroom shield. So it's not too big of a concern, honestly. I mean, we're not going to be really rocking shield and sword most of the time. I did that on my main character, and while it's great and all that, I did kind of want to change up my playstyle a little bit. I want to kind of have like a fast attacking character that rolls around and everything. So, because honestly, it can get really annoying sometimes doing that. Now, I'm going to check my bags real quick to see if I have any useless gear or food I can eat, you know, things of that nature. So we got some food, we've got a bunch of different pastes and things, which are going to be good. I'm going to make sure I use any scrolls I have here, just anything to kind of decrease our weight a little bit. So that's good going forward. We got some boots, elemental resistance potions, primal satchel. I'm just going to drop the primal satchel. It's really not worth carrying around. And there we go. We're only 5 pounds overweight, which means we can actually just run a little bit better. Weight does affect how much you run, so keep that in mind that, you know, you want to make sure that you balance out your weight. You can also, if you're ever going to get into combat, which I probably should do more often, I always forget to, is just dropping your bag with B, and then that way you can, like, move a lot more freely. So, just being able to drop your backpack and just being able to just kind of be a little bit more free and just run around and just attack things without having a care in the world. So, we're just going to run straight back to the place and sell all of our goods. So, this isn't the best way to make money. There's actually a way better way to make money, but we're not at the level of gameplay where we are able to get to that point and just be able to rinse, repeat, sell to a trader later on. So, we're actually going to sell all the stuff here just to get a little bit better loot, so that way we can have that forward. But just know, probably in the next episode or so, we will be able to just sell a lot of our loot and make bank. One of the things I'm doing with this as well is you're going to notice, like, some videos are going to be 10 minutes, some videos are going to be 20, and some videos are going to be 30. What I'm trying to do is I'm basically doing it like a chapter. So, stages of the game, of different stages of, like, what you do, and especially going forward. I want to make it to where it's helpful, so, like, each walkthrough is, like, a different full-on section. So that way you understand, like, okay, this is the dungeon crawling section. This is the us going to the bandit camp section. This is the, you know, us going and doing a prison break session. So that way, like, you can look at each individual part and understand, okay, this is what you do here, this is what you do here, and this is what you do here. So that way, no matter where you are in the game, you'll fully understand exactly what you're doing going forward. So I definitely think that that's important. So you're going to notice, like, the previous video is, like, only, like, 10 minutes long, and this one's going to be, like, 20, probably flat. So what we're doing right now is we are going over here, and we are just going to sell a lot of our stuff that we have here. So what I have going forward is I'm going to keep the scavenger mask for right now. I do believe there's a recipe that goes with it. We're selling all the troglodyte tritons. Later on, though, we're going to be selling a lot of these items away. I do believe that she does buy this item off of stuff, so I'm just going to get rid of the soothing tea, get rid of the elemental resistance potions here, keep the bandages, keep that, keep the jerky, get rid of the beetle, get rid of these astral potions. I don't think we're really going to be using mana this type of character. Let's see, I think that's pretty good. Get rid of our pressure plate. There we go. Oh, I totally forgot to do the transaction. So now we have 100 money. Cool. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go out and around, and we're going to go talk to the girl over here. It gets really dark in this game, so make sure you always have a lantern on you. And we're just going to go around, and we are going to talk to her.
Greetings, friend.
I have something
Lend
for
me
you.
your ear.
I have an unusual item.
I'm always interested
I
in
found
curiosities.
this strange garnet and an ash giant.
An interesting.
So
Excellent.
we sell that to her, get a
Lend
little
me
bit of
your
money.
ear. I'm always interested in curiosities.
Actually, I'm here about our work.
Lend me your ear.
I found the rare mushroom you
You've
wanted.
earned this.
So there we go. And like that, in the first not even hour of the game, we already have 209 stuff. We have a bunch of potions. We have a bunch of crafting materials to make some like good stuff and everything going forward. So in the next video, we're definitely just going to do some shopping. Probably not much combat, but shopping and trying to finish up the final quests here. And just going forward, just getting everything set for the rest of our adventuring. Anyways, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check out some of the future of the Let's Play later on. We're going to be diving into a lot more different things. I'm going to be showing you guys some different other mechanics along the way that can give you that best start when going forward with Outward. I'm enjoying the hell out of this game, and I think you guys will too. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys